This narcotics officer accidentally came across 3 tons of drugs, but instead of turning them in, she planned to secretly sell them herself. Looking at the mountain of flour piled up in her warehouse, she instantly came up with a perfect plan. First, she went to the store and bought a large number of old-fashioned cell phones. Then, using her position at work, she reached out to drug dealers who were short on supply. She sent text messages to the dealers in Arabic, telling them the specific location of the deal. Next, she started learning how to dress like someone from the Middle East. The moment she got out of the car, all the drug dealers were stunned by the sight of this Middle Eastern auntie. Hearing her speak fluent Arabic, the dealers became even more convinced that this woman must have some extraordinary connections. Since it was her first deal, Pearl didn't have much experience. She placed a bag of flour on the table, claimed it was a free sample, and said if they were satisfied with the quality after testing, they could discuss a long-term partnership before she left. She reminded the dealers that from now on, all communications must be in Arabic to avoid being monitored by the police. After testing the sample, the dealers were very pleased with the quality of the goods. They quickly contacted Pearl to finish the deal as soon as possible. After agreeing on a price, Pearl moved 200 pounds of product from the warehouse, called a taxi, and told the driver to drop her off at the police station entrance. She set the first transaction right in front of the police station. The 2 dealers were shocked by her boldness, but Pearl calmly checked the cash. Then the dealers began to check the goods. At the end, they noticed there was 1 extra bag. Pearl explained that this was an added bonus, and anyone who worked with her would get this kind of benefit. Just then, a police car drove by. The dealers were so terrified they didn't know what to do, while Pearl coolly greeted the officers. As the police disappeared from sight, the 2 dealers became even more convinced of Pearl's power. From then on, Pearl's product spread throughout all of Paris. After an investigation, the chief traced the supply back to a Middle Eastern woman. The chief asked Pearl to translate a recording of the dealers. What he didn't know was that the suspect was sitting right in front of him, but it didn't take long for the chief to realize something was wrong.